What is going on, everyone? My name's Boyd and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the bottom of the map in the blue color, playing as Ra. His name is Kimo. And his opponent today in the red color, playing as Isis. His name is IamMagic. Map is Ghost Lake. And, you know, this is a game from way back when. This is patch 2.0. It's a viewer submitted game. And, you know, that's the, that's where we're at with our live at the moment. It's currently Shoutcast Sunday. If you're on the YouTubes later, I want to say good day to you guys. How you guys doing? Hope you're all having a fabulous time with your life and everything going on. These games were played back in, I think it was 2017. And Ben Jammin's in the comments asking me to say, hi Maddie, stop spending Ben's money. So if you're out there, Maddie, watch more of my videos, which will take up more of your time, which means you don't have to spend so much of Ben's money. Sound good? Sound good? Fantastic. Alrighty then. Ghost Lake, Isis versus Ra. Viewer submitted game 2.0. Crazy times to be alive. This is obviously always a bit of a chaotic matchup for the Ra player, because it's kind of all about surviving. If you can survive, you can win. You get access to the very, very strong Horus in the late game, getting those Horus spearmen, which come out to counter siege weapons, counter mercenary cavalry, counter cavalry, counter war elephants. So it really shuts down any sort of pushing that your opponents can do on you, but beyond like towers and catapults and all of the good things there. But yeah, it's the issue's going to be getting there. And if we check out what this map layout is, oh, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Gold mine here, going to be the closest one for Kimo to go for. And then there's a gold mine up here, which it might be able to get snuck, but there's nothing over near this town center where he'll want to grab it. But Kimo may be able to rush for this town center and do a 2-town center hunt build off this caribou here. So we'll see. We will see. And the villagers are on berries at the moment. I don't think he even went hunting dogs, and I don't think he saw his Auroch here, or he has seen his Auroch, but he hasn't gone for hunting dogs. Was interested to see what he does with this build. I haven't seen a no hunting dog Ra build in quite a while. So we do have 2 villagers already on the wood, 3 villagers on the gold, 8 villagers on the food. It's a lot early, and a monument to the villagers going up, so he's not even rushing the town center here. He's got a lot of goat though, and he did get husbandry. No, he didn't get husbandry. What? He's getting husbandry. Okay. Getting husbandry, you need to have it when you move on to the goat, because it gives you an extra 10% gather time, which is huge. Considering that the gather time's already pretty slow, so you need to get that extra bonus. And your opponent's going to be on the 30% extra or speedier villagers gathering from caribou because of the hunting dogs, and then hunt obviously is a little bit faster base speed anyway. So Magic is going to have slightly more food than Kimo in this early stages of the game, but Kimo should be able to catch up with the farms with the rain. There shouldn't be any issues there, and Magic can be advancing with his temple not even started yet. Little bit of old school inefficiency here. He's got his monument up, and the villagers on the gold just not getting him what he wanted. I think he's gotten himself flooded the NAS. This is a very, very boomy build order here for Magic. He may be going for 3 town centers here, which is actually pretty good against Ra, because they can't stop you doing it. Getting this many villagers on the food here. This is actually a build that I saw Joe doing like fairly recently, so maybe Magic was the first one to do it, and I just haven't seen it before. Thought it was a Joe development, but we'll see what Magic does here. I would not be surprised if if this wasn't 3 town centers. That's 2 quite close to each other. So you just grab them both, secures this gold mine, and you should be able to outboom the Ra. Got some nice obelisks here. There's no way that Magic knows that this is only a 4 gold mine ghost lake, or 4 large gold mine ghost lake. And he's got to expect there to be 2 gold mines over here, because he's seen his 2. Which means there could be another one back here somewhere as well. So there's no, or even like one on these black spots over here. So there's no way for him to really know this is a 2 gold mine ghost lake, nor know how gold screwed that Kimo has kind of gotten here with this gold mine in this corner here, kind of being Kimo's second gold mine. Actually, this one's probably Kimo's second gold mine here. Looks like both players have gotten a pretty bad alternative second gold mine, but all good. Fast is on the way. Prosperity is down. We see the gold income is flying up here for Magic. Cool. He's going to have a lot of gold in the bag. Probably too much, to be honest. Probably could have saved this and got it a little bit later with the shaft mine. He's even going to be losing out on some gold by moving forward early to grab this town center. He's got a lot of food in the bank as well. Bunch of goat over here. Going to be running out of this caribou fairly soon. After return onto the goat. He's got some berries here. He's going to be able to have his hunting dogs. Oh no, he's hunting dogs. His husbandry coming through as well, because he's got the 3 villagers on wood, so no problems there. All those villagers moving forward onto the town centers now with a 6-minute advance time. A little bit later than I would like to say. I'm pretty sure you can see how many resources in the bank. You can see there's a little bit of efficiency that you could get out of this build by going a bit faster, cutting out that 400 food or 400 gold that he gathered there, and then you can get it a little bit later, because you are going to be needing quite a bit of gold income, food income with the 3 town centers to be able to get to the heroic age fast. Kimo, on the other hand, is going for the fast farm. He's going 1 town center. Fast heroic. He's got 2 monuments. We may be seeing Sekhmet here, which would not surprise me in the least. It's actually a very, very strong counter to the 3 town center play that Magic's gone for here. But obviously Kimo just kind of, because of, actually not even sure. He can, what actually should happen here for Kimo is he's gone through segment sick. What he should do is when this rain is over, he should move these villagers over onto the caribou, eat the Auroch, and he should be okay. Sphinx coming in to bash some villagers over here. The priest should be able to react to that one. Maybe actually going to lose this villager. Turns out Magic doesn't want to chase it away, but totally fine. The Sphinx moving in for Kimo as well. He's searching for something to be bashing down. The Pharaoh may be able to get a couple more hits on this one, but the Pharaoh will be able to just jump into the town center. In fact, the Sphinx will be falling there. A little bit of miss micro, and that's going to cost him quite a bit, because the Sphinx with Eclipse does a lot of work. Can dodge arrows and pick off villages and pick off even pick off some of the priests that are going after the scarabs as well. So that's a thing. But Kimo's still staying on these farms, even though he's still got 4 goat here. This is one thing that I see Ra players doing all the time. They get their farms down and then they just forget that they can take villagers off the farms, because you get all of that resource from the rain, all of those resources from the rain. But after that, they're back to normal farms and they're just not efficient anymore. You've got 4 goats, you got all of these caribou over here, you've even got an Auroch over here as well. Midnight Stronghold going down for Kimo. Immediate Citadel Center coming down for Kimo as well, getting up to 125 population. Scarabs coming out, he's going to have 3 scarabs, potentially even a 4th scarab, already with 22 favor in the bank, about to have it when these villagers dump their resources as well. Not that many villagers on the on the wood though, so he's going to be a little bit strapped for chariot, so he may have to go camelry here, which I'm not sure will be the best, but we'll see what he goes for. Magic on the other hand, he is still booming away. He's going up through Nephthys. He's going to be spamming out the priest. This is exactly what you need to do if you're in Magic shoes. You just get out all of the priests, immediately get funeral rites. He's a little bit late to the heroic age here. You want to be heroic age at 9 minutes off of this 3 town center play, and we do see some houses or some granaries going up. Just going to be able to slow down the scarab rush just a little bit with all of these ghost buildings. That's very cute right there by Magic. I'm not sure how much it's going to matter, but we will see, because you could just come in and snipe those with 1 unit each. But bunch of priests over here already. The units coming in to beat down these buildings And we do see the Scarabs moving in. Do we have funeral rites on the way? No. We have priests still pumping out. The mercenary already coming out for magic right now, as the priests are now onto those Scarabs. Kimo coming in, and the chariot archers. As I said, he doesn't have that many chariot archers, so we really can't pick off these priests. The Scarab going to be falling very, very fast. The second Scarab going to be going down as well. I'm not sure he's going to be able to pick off this town center just yet, which is going to be absolutely huge for Magic to hold on to this one. Magic can even think about grabbing out a Masons right now, but we have a sneak attack with 2 more Scarabs from Kimo going for the hometown center of Magic. The priests are completely out of position. The Scarabs not paying attention. They need to get onto that town center, and now they're going to be taking down the town center as the priests are moving forward, trying to fight off this location right now. Really nice, sneaky side maneuver there from Kimo, but he has already lost 600 food in the Scarabs already, so he loses the town center. Should come over here and pick off these things as well. You want to pick off the houses as best as you can while you continue pushing. The priests still have not reacted to this as the Scarabs are moving forward. Moving closer to the priest is a really bad idea, and surely Magic's going to notice this at some point. And now the Pharaoh coming over here, as well as those priests coming over, as well as the Scarabs moving into this town center. And he's going to be able to pick these off before the town center goes down, and it should be totally fine. And again, this is so much resource commitment from Kimo. He's so far behind on the economy right now. There's still an Ancestors Eclipse to come for Magic, and even though he got the hometown center, it's only 500 resources versus the 600 of the Scarabs. Plus the villager build time there, so it's about even on that. But he lost 600 resources here on the Scarabs without even picking off this town center, so that's huge. But to follow that all up, now Magic has got 8 priests here. Not going to be able to do all too much, but huge raid coming in now for Kimo. Ancestors Eclipse being forced down. I think that's a little bit of an overcommitment there. Could have just sacrificed a couple of villages there, considering he was on 3 town centers and has so many more. And now the unit's going to be running away, so Kimo's got to be happy about that one there. Chariot archers moving forward. I'm going to get sniped, actually, losing one of them, and then going to be able to pick up another one. He's almost going to get it. He doesn't get it. He misses. He misses. He's on 1 HP. All those priests will be able to heal that one back up there. The Ancestor is going to be chasing Kimo's army away. They are a little bit slow. 6.6 speed from the camel. You need to split them up, and then they'll run at their max speed, whereas the minions got 6 speed, so they will be able to chase those chariots down. We'll see where he goes. Villagers moving forward. Magic going to be going up for 4 town centers here. Kimo now on 2 town centers. He still has the options, though, to take this down fairly easily. If he can pick off those priests, get a Scarab out, or even upgrade the Siege Works here with Ram of the West to get some extra HP, extra crush damage onto those siege towers, he can take down a town center fairly easily. But we are committing onto this fight, and this is a really good fight for Kimo right now. Villagers moving forward, going to try and attack this town center. The Pharaoh going to be going down, so the villagers will be able to stop this one. The Scorpion Man now coming in, and Magic gonna have to get out of here. Actually decided to stay in here and fight. I'm not sure this is the best of ideas, because these camels will be able to tear through all this, and these are mostly priests here. There's a couple of chariot archers, but they don't do that much damage to these high pierce armored cavalry here. That all being said, the Scorpion Man is still alive, and all of those priests were picked off, so really nice micro from Magic there. Now the Scorpion Man going to be falling there, and Kimo is going to look to get this as soon as he possibly can, but still pumping out those units. Magic sitting at 93 population. A lot of resources in the bank right now. Another armory coming up for Magic as well. Maybe going to be thinking about getting some armory upgrades or spamming them out. It's never really a bad idea to get 2 or 3 armories out because you want to be spamming them out as soon as you can. And the chariot archers are going to be moving back forward again. You got to keep that eye on this town center. Kimo's not close to getting this one because he kind of needs to get popped before he goes for it. Now we do see some raids over here, but there is nothing over on this location. Big problem for Kimo right now is going to be gold mines. He's only got 3,500 gold left. This town center sort of secures this gold mine, so it sort of does because it's kind of in range, and mercenary will be able to come out, but it's still a very open gold mine. And if Magic gets full population here, prevents this town center from going up, it's going to be an issue for Kimo. We do see a market coming up in the corner for Magic. Got the 2 villages there. There is a cavalry with 7 HP. Now Kimo moving forward. Moving on to those siege towers that are getting they're going to be retreating at this point. And Kimo's still looking for someone here. Magic, on the other hand, he's actually in a similar position, to be honest. He's got less gold than Kimo's got left, and he's going to be moving up into here as well. And it's not in line of sight or anything, but it's definitely an option for Kimo to get raids in. Town center will be up. The siege tower getting awfully close, but he's not going to be able to get the attack off as the town center is there. So nice play by Kimo, getting 3 town centers after that. So fairly even here. Magic still has the stronger economy if he's been able to produce villagers. I think he's on max villagers right now. So he just needs to start investing in economic upgrades, getting up quarry. He's already got irrigation. He's got sacred cats as well. So his economy is fairly strong here. Kimo does have the advantage of having priests, but he does have the lacking villager count right now. He does have a market in this corner as well coming over here. It's actually probably better than this corner going. Actually, no, this corner would be optimal to the very far town center. You can actually, while this attack's going on, you can actually do a bit of a micro trick with your camel caravans by putting a market next to each of your town centers and effectively double the rate of your camel caravans, because they pick up gold by going into a town center and they drop off gold by going to a market. So if you put the market next to the town center, you can actually drop the gold off and then move them back over to the other town center. So if you find yourself in a bit of a pickle for gold, you can use that little trick there. It's so micro intense, and I've never seen anybody do it without losing the game. But it's a thing. It's a thing. And we do see the Migdol Stronghold coming up as villagers are swarming in here. Magic with 126 population. He should be trading for gold at this point. He should be on this gold mine. I can't believe he's not gone for that one. He wants this gold mine here. These villagers are over here. Mining camp coming up for Kimo. As Kimo's we still got a little bit of gold left there. Kimo will be able to spam out those camel caravans, and no problem as well, because he's going to have a fairly good food economy for himself, I think. Yeah, he's got a good food economy. 15 villagers on food, not producing anything. So it's like 12 of those villagers supporting the 3 town centers, and then 1 camel caravan every 30 seconds or so. Villagers moving up here. We'll see what Magic does. Immediately grabbing those chariot archers, going to be leaving this location, but that's going to allow the siege towers of Kimo to move in and start taking down the Migdol Stronghold here. Scorpion Man can come in and help out. And more villagers coming over here. Migdol Stronghold coming up for Magic. He wants to prevent Kimo from getting this gold mine as best as he can. There's heavy chariots out now for Kimo, as Kimo has taken over the score, and Magic going to be retreating at this point. He's completely out of position here. He's sitting at a 150 population, not that many resources in the bank at all. Has 46 villagers on wood right now, sitting on bowsaw, and he could trade that wood. I guess it's actually, wood does gather faster than gold, so it is worth it. For a little bit, you can trade maybe like 1,000 wood for gold, and it's kind of worth, and then it becomes not worth, and then it becomes very, very bad. The villagers now moving forward going to be able to take down these siege towers unless Kimo pulls them back, and he's actually Magic decided to run away from them because chariot archers sniping, and now chariot archers come for Kimo coming over, and Magic not paying attention, or he does decide to move them in time as this Migdol is just about up. And Magic deciding that it's time to just play for the long game. Got to get that trade going. Nice little micro here. I thought he was micro a little bit there, but this fight here needs to be underneath the Migdol Stronghold. But the Chariot Archer for Kimo do have bone bows, so they can sit well outside the Migdol Stronghold range here. Snipe these Chariot Archers and be totally fine. The absolute advantage for Kimo right now is those bone bow Chariot Archers. But remember, he's not through Hathor, so he doesn't have Magi, so the Mercenary are going to be even here instead of an advantage. So it's just a little bit of a different advantage that Magic is going to be having to be faced with than he normally would be. So we'll see how he adapts to that in this situation. Now the army moving forward. Chariot Archers not microing very well, hitting a War Elephants and Siege Towers. So you need a micro onto the enemy Chariot Archers. You can hit Shift and click across all of them and you should be able to win that fight there. Now, Magic up the top winning this fight here as well. Still surprised he hasn't sent any villagers up to this gold mine here, but he does seem to be having a decent time with those with that trade route. Maybe thinking about sending up a pharaoh here to empower this would be a really good idea. Now, Magic's still pushing forward here. He does have heavy chariots out. Some spearmen are starting to come out. Kimo's going to be thinking about getting to the mythic age here. He's awfully close to this, sitting at 170 population. Spamming out the camel caravans. It's not going to help him to get there, but it will give him some more gold to maybe be able to trade for that one at some point. The villagers are in the front here. They do have Skin of the Rhino, so he can tank quite a bit. But now Magic has secured this gold mine. Kimo is sitting on this gold mine, completely happy. He could be chucking the siege works. I'd expect him to fix up his market because his trade routes only getting 77 gold compared to Magic, who is getting, what is it? Wait, 50? What? I think I'm going crazy. I know this is kind of a mattress market because it should be in the corner, but maybe I clicked on an oddball out. No, they're all 78. Are you going to? Not only is this a Matrius market, Magic is sending his trade route to his middle town center instead of this town center. I'm dumbfounded. This is gonna put Kimo in front by a lot. That's 27 gold per camel caravan trip, which translates into Mythic Age many minutes before. You can see Magic struggling for gold right now. Kimo not struggling for gold. In fact, Kimo going through Horus right now. There's no monument over here. One monument will be able to protect both of these town centers, but there's no monument on this town center, so his tornado is going to be absolutely huge as Magic is still trying to push forward. Even if Kimo loses all of these villages right now, the trade route is big enough, and every single time one of these villages is getting picked off, it's just being replaced by camel caravans, which is totally fine. It's kind of what you want to be doing. If you get a good enough trade route, if there was a market here, for example, you're probably getting about 100 gold a trip, which is better than quarry gold villages from what I've been told. I could be wrong about that. Don't quote me. I might have the numbers wrong. I've been known to have the numbers wrong. But anyways, Kimo moving forward now. He has very, very well defended here with those mercenaries. Tornado very, very soon. Going to be incoming very soon. Bonebow chariots hitting this gold mine as well. It would be a good idea for Magic to just throw up some watchtowers over here or something. I guess he just doesn't have the resources for that. He does have a lot of resources in the bank now, so maybe Magic can trade his way up. He's probably not going to be able to do that though. Now the tornado coming down onto this town center. He has fortified town centers. No masons, no architects. The town center is going to be going down. And then the barracks spam is coming out, and Kimo has got 100 favor in the bank. So that's going to be a very, very fast Spear of the Horizon, and I always forget the other one. Greatest of the 50. Very fast, which is going to mean that the mercenary cavalry that are being built by Magic and be very well counted. It's going to force out mercenary infantry, which are a little bit easier to pick off with those bonebow chariot archers. Now the town center going back up. Kimo, you've got to move your siege towers. Go! Hit the town center. Magic going to be trying to bump into these guys a little bit, but it's looking like it's going to be super close. Avenger is on it though, and that's going to stop the town center from going back up. And that's absolutely huge. The chariot archers of Kimo over here are getting picked off at this time. They're still moving around. They can dodge arrows, and they're going to be looking to sit somewhere where they can pick off everything. Meanwhile, Magic's sitting at 134 population to Kimo's 169, 170 population. He is still building those mercenary cavalry from that town center, but Kimo, he needs to get out. He's got coinage. I just want him to fix this market. Oh, and the priest is empowering the wrong market. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. The priest on the wrong market there. That's a lot of resources being lost. Though. Both players being a little bit silly with their markets here. And the chariot archers over here doing some stuff. Pharaoh should be able to help pick off these guys as super inaccurate. But when the rock does hit them, eventually it will do some damage. And actually Kimo's doing some stutter step micro like you see in StarCraft with the Marines, dodging the arrows, shooting, running, and he is going to pick up that Pharaoh there. These are very low HP. They just gotta have to let them die, unfortunately. Meanwhile, Kimo moving forward, taking down the Migdol stronghold, going to be able to move forward, grab this town center very, very soon. Magic, on the other hand, is going through Osiris here. Okay. So Osiris is going to be a huge power spike with the Son of Osiris in order to get this town center back. So Magic not completely out of this one, but it's going to be very difficult for him to win it. Bonebow Chariots against the Son of Osiris generally means a dead Son of Osiris, but there can be some land gained. There's not really enough of a... The Meteor's probably not going to be able to pick off the town center. Like a tornado can, especially because Kimo's probably got... oh no, he doesn't have Masons yet. But, alas, we'll be seeing it. I mean, the Pharaoh actually got picked off fairly recently, and I think... it takes a minute or 90 seconds to come back, so it's not going to be an instant Son of Osiris either. So this is going to be a 4-town center plus Citadel Center Ra against a 2-town center Isis. There's the mummies. The spearmen have probably got their upgrades. He's got greatest to 50, which gives him the 100% bonus against cavalry. Spear on the horizon will come fairly soon. Mummy is going to be helping out to pick off that Avenger though. That's got to feel good, getting those big kills. And Magic's still struggling to produce units here because his trade route is so garbage. Even making some Axemen though. Not sure I like the Axemen. And then there's the Burning Pitch. The Burning Pitch Champion Chariots. If you don't know, this gives archers a 600% bonus against buildings. 600%. There is the Son of Osiris immediately getting targeted there, and that's going to send him right back. And like I said, 24 range chariots means that it's going to be a difficult time for that Son of Osiris to get anything done. Does drop out of the Migdol and starts shooting it. The siege towers here, that's going to help slow the push down. The mummy over here is still doing work, while the Scorpion Man in the back of the base here, dealing with a lot of those mercenary. There's the mummy helping out as well. Got to be focusing on you want to kind of snipe the mercenary cavalry if you can, I reckon, with the mummy. Going after chariot archers is the next best spearman you don't want to be microing onto. Then the chariot archer is going to be attempting to come over. Nice micro from Magic there yet again, dropping that Son of Osiris in and out of this location here, trying to defend as best as he possibly can. Siege towers now coming in. They do not have their bonus here, but this is going to slow down the trade route of Magic to a complete stop. There's no other markets here. The chariot archers are onto the trade route of Kimo though, but it's not going to be as good as actually picking off a market here, and that's going to mean that Magic is sitting at 46 population, right? Well, sorry, 46 gold, 5 gold, 4 gold, 3 gold. Going to be running out of gold very, very soon. Kimo, on the other hand, is also really struggling for gold right now. He's got some catapult coming in, and with the catapult is going to mean that the town center may be able to get dealt with here, but still a bunch of mercenary cavalry left over. Market should be coming back up very soon. Maybe Magic will fix his market placement up. No, he's not going to be. He's not going to be quite fixing it. It's a bit better. Obviously, 2017, we weren't aware of how much of a difference it makes. It's exponentially better the further the market is. So it's not like it's just like 2 gold or something for this distance here. It's quite a bit. Maybe, I don't know. Even if it is only 2 gold for 20 caravans per trip, it turns into 40 gold a trip. So I say it matters. Anyways, Son of Osiris bashing or attacking the catapult there, coming back, and it's looking like the town center, finally the camel caravans coming over to this town center, but will they dump? No. And Magic tap it out there. GG. Well played. Very well played by Kimo. I thought that he completely threw with those scarabs, but he was just able to hang in there. And this is just vintage Kimo with his Ra. It's just like hang in there for the entire game and then win the game with a really strong push. The scarab hit, the sneak attack onto the hometown center was absolutely beautiful. But I would have really loved to see those scabs that hit this location and then this location instead of trying to sacrifice himself in the settlement. Because picking off these houses early means such a big deal, because like Magic would have been popped in villages there and not had anything to really do. He had to build these back up. They take 27 seconds to go up, and it's such a huge deal. But did not do it, and it forced Kimo into a bit of a tough situation. And Magic, with this trade route, honestly, if he had traded correctly, if he put this trade route to this town center, or even this town center, it doesn't matter which one, then he would have been able to spam mercenary onto this gold mine and get to the mythic age at the same time, or if not faster than Kimo, and win the game. Unfortunately, did not do it, and Kimo gets this one. GG, well played.